Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Blitzburg Coverage Podcast. I am your host, K freaking Mac, man. Let's get it. Saturday. It's game day weekend. Football today, football tomorrow, football Thursday. Football for like the next 30 or 40 days or some crazy shit like that. But I am your host, man. Here we go. Previewing this game. Week 5, man. Let's fucking go. Let's get it. Diving right in, Sunday Night Football, first primetime game for the homies. At home, in the Berg. It's going to be electric. It's going to be wild. Let's dive right in. Injury report-wise, man, it's sounding like we're going to be without some guys here as we look into the injury report. It sounds like Jaylen Warren is out for this game. No Cordell Patterson. Offensive line-wise, we're going to be getting Isaac Seumalo back, which that hopefully helps. Sounds like he's good to go. He practiced fully pretty much all week with that pectoral injury that he suffered about a month ago, and that'll be hopefully a nice boost. I'm expecting him to go back probably to left guard, and it sounds like they're going to do that rotation of Spencer Anderson and Mason McCormick at right guard. So that'll be interesting to see. Also be curious to see if Roman Wilson finally gets a hat this week. He wasn't even on the injury report, so that's good to see. Though, when you watch the practices and all that, the team practice, little drills, it looks like he's still kind of slow on his breaks coming in and out of his route. So I still think that ankle injury is hindering him, so I don't know if he'll get a hat this week. But I think he'll be here hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Like I said, Tomlin stated just like he's not up to speed because he missed a lot of training camp, and that shit matters, man. So I don't think they're going to put him out there until he's ready, so that sucks for sure. Defensively speaking, Herbig missed the first day of practice, but then had no injury designation by the end of the week, so he'll be good to go. I didn't even know he suffered anything during the last week's game. Larry Ogunjobi was questionable today, then was taken off the injury report, so he's good to go. Defensive line-wise, obviously still no Alex Highsmith, as we know. That's kind of just what that is. Secondary-wise, I think we're good to go. I don't think anyone else got hurt. Linebacker-wise, nobody really got hurt either. As far as anybody that comes to my head, at least. As far as the Dallas Cowboys go, the opponent, they're missing some key guys. It sounds like Brandon Cooks is out for this week, who's their wide receiver 2. Defensively speaking, no Micah Parsons as he misses his first career game. No DeMarcus Lawrence, a long-time defensive end for them. More of a run stopper at this point in his career. A decent pass rusher, but that's definitely a big loss for them. Micah Parsons, obviously, as we know, very athletically gifted. Speed, that motherfucker's got some really good speed, good burst. Can kind of play all over the field. Not a top 3 edge rusher in my book. Top 5 probably, but a little light in the box. Little light for me. I think he's kind of a one-dimensional player, but still a pretty good defensive guy there, and that's arguably their best defensive player. So you lose those two, and now that kind of opens up the book for us as to how I think we're going to kind of win this game. I think for me, if we control the line of scrimmage and kind of keep a balanced offense this week, I think we'll win this game with ease. I'll be curious to see who steps up in that RB2 role without Cordell and especially without Jaylen Warren. I think the guy that got some of those carries was Shamklin last week. I'm not really too familiar with his game. I'll be also curious to see who else steps up. LaMichael Pirines, another guy I'm hearing. And I know Najee can't touch the ball fucking 30 times. And so I think we'll probably see some Fields runs in there for sure. But we don't want to get him hurt because Russell Wilson was limited all week, as he's been pretty much all season as far as it comes to training and practicing. So I think for me, it's going to come down to can we run the ball efficiently? Maybe not, big time. If we can run it big time, it's a wrap, but efficiently, because Dallas is susceptible to the run. And so it kind of looked for us to try to maybe have a run game this week. Last week, the Colts really shut that down, stacked the box, made us throw the ball, and we weren't able to win the game. And, that definitely hurt our odds of winning there. Just having to sling it and wing it. But Dallas is susceptible to the run. Obviously, as far as I think their next best player, I probably lean towards Trevon Diggs, who didn't really play last year because of a torn ACL there early in the season, but he's a pretty good cornerback, man. He is a bad throw away from a pick six waiting to happen. He's susceptible to double move routes, so he can make a big play, but he can allow some big plays. You also look at DaRon Bland, who a big play waiting to happen as he broke the record last season for most pick sixes in a season. So, I think another big thing for me is turnovers. Cannot have any this week, whether it be passing or running. Dallas, they're going to be out there looking to strip, maybe get steal a possession or two, especially on the road. With this kind of how they play, they have a really good defense in terms of taking the ball away when you look at the past couple of years. And that's contributed to them being a 12-win team the past 3 seasons. Do I like Dallas? Fuck no. But I'll call how I fucking see it. They're a good regular season team, but when it comes to the playoffs, they shit the bed, kind of like how we do. But Dak Prescott is he's probably a solid quarterback, I'd say. Probably top 10-ish. CeeDee Lamb, obviously a very good receiver. Those two are a heck of a duo, so that's going to be a big-time defensive matchup for us. I'll be curious to see if JPJ trails him or shadows him, or if Pittsburgh's just comfortable, keeping JPJ on one side and Dante Jackson on the other. They haven't really said too much about it, so I'm kind of curious if they're just kind of hiding their hand for now. But, yeah, so I think we limit CD in the big plays and keep them one-dimensional. Because I don't really fear their running game. Ezekiel Elliott, that has been. I know last year he had a game against us, but that was the Patriots. They just own us for whatever reason. And Rico Dowdle, or I don't know what the fuck his name is. I'm not worried about those guys. Shut that shit the fuck down. Cam Hayward, Larry Ogunjobi, Keanu Benton. Shut that shit the fuck down. Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Roberts. Shut that run game down and bring the fucking heat, man, against motherfucking Dak. All right? Outside of CD, I'd probably say their next biggest weapon would probably be Tony Ferguson. He's a second-year tight end for them who showed a lot of flashes down the stretch last year. He'll be someone to watch out for. But outside of that, they're kind of similar to us in the fashion of we got Pickens or who? Muth. And Darnell. And that motherfucker needs to see the ball more. Darnell needs to see 5 or 4 targets a game. Pat needs to see 7, 8 targets a game. And then Pickens can do the rest. He's been balling out this year. He gave Patrick Surtain the work. He balled out last week outside of that fumble. And the guy is just a beast. And him and Fields are starting to build that connection. And you love to see that. But for me, man, I think with this game, I'm feeling a win, first off. It's going to be it's tough to come into Pittsburgh on a primetime game and beat us, let alone coming off of a loss in that fashion. And if the defense can get back to the way they played the first 3 weeks, I like our shot. I like our chances. You're talking about a defense that allowed 8 points a game. If we hold Dallas to 10 points, we will 100% win this game. And I think we do. I think we win this game. I like a 21-17, 21-18 type of ball game. I think if we allow 20 plus, I'd be scared. I'd definitely be worried. Not quaking, not mega quaking, but definitely worried if we allow 20 plus to Dallas. Because for me, it's CD or bust. It's like, double team that motherfucker. I would arguably just fuck it. JPJ on him and Minka over the top. Or Deshaun Elliott over the top. I'm not letting CD beat me. Make someone else beat you. But we'll see what Tomlin comes out with defensively, game plan wise. Terrell Austin calls the plays, quote unquote, but it's really Tomlin. But yeah, man, I look for Fields to have another big game. No turnovers would be huge. And also, correction, I said he had 9 touchdowns, one interception. I was actually wrong. 6 total touchdowns, 1 interception through the season. I was wrong on that. I will correct myself. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this game. I think we pull out a win, go to 4-1. This is a big game. Can't be 3-2, as we have some other games to watch out before we even play. Talking about this division, we have the Baltimore Ravens going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Big game there. Ravens are 2-2. Back-to-back wins against Dallas and the Bills. And the Bengals coming off of their first victory versus the Carolina Panthers. Not sure what's going to happen in that one. I'm personally rooting for the Bengals in that matchup because I'm more scared of the Ravens long-term this season than I am the Bengals. I think the Bengals, defensively, they're trash. They get ran all over. Offensively, they can score for sure, but, you know, Lamar is 4-1 against Joe Burrow in the last 5 matchups. So, you know, I would rather see the Bengals win that one, but it helps either way, so fuck it, whatever. And then the Browns, 1-3, going against the Washington Commanders, who are 3-1. Jane Daniels has been balling out. Who's to say Washington doesn't win that game? And then that pretty much puts Cleveland into the, into the GG, see you next year, 1-2-3, 3-2-1 Cancun type of vibe. So we'll see what happens with that. So those will be 1 o'clock games. We'll know by the time we play, we'll fucking know what the fuck's cracking and whether or not Baltimore's right there with us. But as far as this game goes, and a little parlay, man, give me Pittsburgh with the -1.5. I'm surprised it's even that low of a line, if I'm not mistaken. Give me Pittsburgh -1.5, Najee Harris. Give me a 60-plus rushing yard game and a Najee Harris touchdown, anytime touchdown scorer. Put that little parlay in, man. Put a little money in. Get you a little something for the weekend, maybe, so you can buy some drinks, buy some grub, or whatever, man. But have a great weekend. I'm going to get this shit uploaded and the past episode today to YouTube. And excited for today. Got some UFC fights as well. Big Michigan game today. I love Pittsburgh, but I love some other shit too as well, man. I got all kinds of flavors. Repping 39, a.k.a. some Mika Magic. Hopefully we get some Mika Magic. If we get some Mika Magic tomorrow night, oh, it's a wrap. He hasn't had a turnover in quite some time, but motherfuckers don't even throw his way. He's doing his job. So it's like they look for other places to go. And maybe we get a couple of Calvin Austin big plays on offense. That'll help. Maybe we can utilize him in the middle of the field, similar to how we used him in that Chargers game. Well, yeah, man. Let's see Pickens versus Trevon. Let's see, maybe we can flip T.J. Watt around and get him on that rookie Tyler Guyton over there. But we don't really flip T.J. around. We like to keep him on that left side of the line of scrimmage because that is, that is where he prefers. So, TJ in this defense will not have another bad game. Not back-to-back, man. Maybe we allow 17, but we are not going to allow 27 points at home, prime time to Dallas. Fuck no. Not to mention Mike McCarthy's never even beaten us in the regular season. 0-4, though a lot of those games were with his backup quarterbacks. No Rodgers for the time with Green Bay. His games against us with Green Bay, except for that Super Bowl 45. And then when he was in Dallas, he didn't even have Dak when they played us back in that COVID year. So we'll see. But it's a big game. It's a must win for us. We got big shit. We got big goals here, man. So fuck Dallas. Fuck them. I can't wait. I'm excited. But I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy some UFC fights or college football, whatever y'all doing. have a safe weekend. If y'all sipping, please don't drink and drive. That's a no-no. And hashtag here we go. And Dak, fuck off with that cadence. Here we go. No, that's our shit, bitch. Fuck off. So let's go, Steelers, man. Give the podcast some love, review, rating. Share the love, man. Share the podcast. Because as you know, we are the number one podcast in the world talking about Pittsburgh ball, Pittsburgh Steelers. Love it every day, 24/7, 365. We here live, man. Share it. Tell your friends. Tell your amigos. And, we're here. We ain't going nowhere. And I cannot wait for tomorrow night. Super stoked. Let's get it, man. Pittsburgh, let's get this thing rolling. Talk to y'all later, man. I'll recap this dub in a couple days. We out.